It's time for Shawn Shepheard to catch up with that crazy bugger, Sebastien Sasseviille, on his cross-Canada journey to outrun diabetes. Find out where Sebastien is now and hear all about his crazy adventures, all right here on the Diabetes Champions Network.
Hey, as promised, we are here with Sebastien Sasseviille, who is on his cross-country trek to outrun diabetes. Seb, thanks for joining us at this event in Toronto, and anything you want to say to the people here in Toronto?
Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody in Toronto. It's good to be here. I hope everybody's having a great meeting.
And where are you right now?
So I'm in Deer Lake, Newfoundland, and I got here a few days ago and actually ran through Deer Lake today. So 600 kilometers into my journey.
600 kilometers, 4 weeks, so 6,900 kilometers to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a song there.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to, start in Newfoundland 4 weeks ago and go on the 7,500 kilometer journey across Canada, 9 months, going to end in BC on World Diabetes Day. And so what inspired you to do this, and maybe fill us in on how you got started?
Yeah. So, the reason I'm starting in February, everybody has been asking, right? Because it's been winter, it's been pretty tough. As you said, I wanted to finish on World Diabetes Day, so that kind of dictated the starting point and starting date. So that's for that. But what inspired me to do this, it's one thing leads to the other. I've been keeping myself busy over the last few years. And after the last project, I guess I just asked myself that question, what's next? And I felt like I was ready for something big, and the goal was to inspire as many people as possible. So I didn't want to do just one thing and get a lot of hype around it for one weekend, and then it was going to be it. So running across Canada felt like, such a wonderful opportunity to meet and connect one way or the other with, the 3 million people in Canada who live with a form of diabetes. So it's going to take 9 months to run across, and that's, hundreds of communities, hundreds of opportunities to meet people, to talk to audiences, big or small, and share that message of inspiration and help people live, a better life, a full life, a fun life with diabetes.
So last week when I caught up with you, I asked you about, what's your routine every day. So, and when you went through it, I was like, wow, that's impressive. So can you let us know what's your routine from the time you get up in the morning till the time you wrap up in the evening?
Yeah, so they're long days, they're busy days. So I'll typically start by waking up, fix a fry. 6:30, something like that. I like to wake up early. I'm an early riser. Get some breakfast, test my blood glucose, do the things that I need to do when I'm not running, diabetes-wise, so that I'm successful when I am running. So, breakfast, then get dressed, get ready for Newfoundland winter, and I'll typically run twice a day. So I'll run anywhere between 15 and 20 kilometers, sometimes a little more in the morning, and then take a break, get some lunch, make sure blood glucose is behaving, and then go at it again in the afternoon to run a second time, again, 15, 20 kilometers. So typically I run about anywhere between 30 and 40K a day. Today was 38, 37, something like that. And then what I do after becomes very critical as well. So ice bath, I don't like them, but they are fantastic for recovery. Then I'll stretch. I'll get into my recovery boots. They're big inflatable boots that help a lot with recovery. They kind of massage your legs and help getting the toxins out. And then get dinner and do it all over again the next day.
So just to recap, you get up. It was minus 27 today in Newfoundland. You run almost a marathon, or like you did on Sunday, 8 kilometers more than a marathon. You come back after running in the freezing cold, submerge yourself in an ice bath. Then you put your compression boots on and go to bed.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Wow, that's wild. Well, I applaud, all your efforts, and I love the energy, and you always have a lot of fun with everything that you do. And on your Outrun Diabetes Facebook page, you started a Fan of the Week promotion. And
Yeah.
so, can you tell everybody here in Toronto that's interested in being the Fan of the Week, what do they get, and how do they become Fan of the Week?
Yeah, we thought it would be cool to acknowledge someone every week that's gone above and beyond to help us, and it can be in help us in so many ways, whether it's emotional support, people helping out at events, people opening up their homes for us to stay within and keep the costs down of this journey. So every week we the fan of the week gets a disc ball. So it's obviously worth a lot of money. They're very precious, and they're very unique as well. So we have about I think close to 100 of those disco balls. Me and my good friend who's traversing Canada with me, he's driving. I'm running, so he's clearly a lot smarter than I am. And the reason why we own about 100 disco balls is a very long story that I'm not going to get into. But all jokes aside, it's a program that's been successful. People think it's funny, and as you said, we want to make this journey fun. That's definitely the brand we want to cultivate around what we do.
Well, I have one more question because we'll let you get some rest. I know that in Newfoundland you're an hour and a half ahead of us here in Toronto. Yeah. So, most of the people here in the audience are living with type 1 diabetes, and we know the struggles of the blood glucose levels on any day, let alone running the marathon every day in extreme conditions. So could you tell us a little bit about how you manage your blood sugars every day?
Yeah, it's not different for me than it is for everybody living with type 1 diabetes, right? It's all those little things you have to do that you don't always feel like doing, but if you do them, then you're a lot healthier, right? So I wear an anonymous pump. I'm very privileged to be wearing the Vibe. So we posted a picture this morning of the CGM screen, and this morning I woke up to this beautiful straight line right above a 5, between 5 and 6, and it was such a joy kind of to see what the technology can do for you, how helpful it is for your control, just to see that sometimes you can win, right? Sometimes numbers fall where they should be, and because God knows, it's not always the case. Diabetes isn't a perfect science, but I test my blood sugar a lot. I spend a lot of time thinking about my diabetes. The trick with what I do is always to be planning ahead, always to be not just thinking about what your blood glucose monitor is telling you, but thinking about, what did I do 2 hours ago? How is it going to impact my blood glucose in the next few hours? What am I going to be doing in the next few hours? Am I sick? Am I sore? Have I been exercising a lot recently? So constantly thinking about it. It may sound like, quite a chore, but it becomes second nature. And I'm sure everybody in the room can relate to that. It can be managed. It is work, but if you do the things you've got to do, then there's a world of possibilities that open up to you, and the sky is the limit.
And if people want to follow you and your journey, if you could name your Facebook page, which has daily updates, and how they can follow you.
Yeah, so we can be found on Facebook at facebook.com/Canada Runs, and Twitter is Canada Runs as well. Instagram is Canada Runs. and the website is outrundiabetes.ca. So lots of ways to follow.
And we're going to continue to do these check-ins as well. So we'll have these interviews, and we'll see if Seb was still smiling for all 9 months. So far, 4 weeks in, you've been smiling every time. From everybody here, we wish you all the best, and we look forward to seeing you when you run through Ontario a little bit down the road.
Yeah, in June we'll be in Ontario. So thanks a lot for the support, and we'll see you then.
All right. Thanks, Seb. Have a great night.
Go on. Cheers.
Bye.